everybody. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to talk to you about something that's kind of been on my heart and on my soul, and it's the thin blue line. Now, I want to make it very clear, I'm not anti-police. I'm not. I don't support defunding the police. I don't support attacking the police. But I want to talk about a disturbing trend. And I want to talk to individual sheriffs and police officers out there about this disturbing trend. Because I'm seeing that this will end up becoming a major issue if it's not taken care of. And I think a lot of our good police officers are not thinking about this right now. Or if they are thinking about it, they're too scared to speak up, or they're too scared to simply do the right thing. So, that thin blue line, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, city councils, mayors, governors, mostly on the Democrat side, but not all, are supporting in the outright attack of our police officers under the George Floyd guise. Black Lives Matter is using it to their advantage, and Black Lives Matter doesn't give a rip about George Floyd. They're a Marxist organization. I will never support Black Lives Matter. They are led by self-admitted Marxists. They are led by individuals who have been trained to fool you into thinking they give a rip about Black lives, all so they can take power. Black Lives Matter absolutely detests Black lives. Go to their website. You can see very, very easily that they are against the nuclear family. The nuclear family is a man and a wife with their children. They are everything about destroying the black family. That's why I will never support them. Never. The funding that goes to Black Lives Matter, of course, a lot of it's getting shuffled off into the DNC or shuffled off into the Nancy Pelosi or shuffled off to Bernie Sanders or shuffled off to Joe Biden. This video, however, is not about Republican and Democrat. This is about the blue line. Now, as Black Lives Matter and Antifa and mayors and governors and city councils are calling for the defunding of our police. Our police are being squeezed right now. Here's the problem. Many of you police officers are violating your oaths. You're following unconstitutional, unethical orders that is costing lives, property damage, and everything else. All in the guise of, I was just following orders, when you were told to stand down against these criminals. In the same token, you're following unethical, unconstitutional orders when you arrest people for not wearing a mask or for opening their businesses, which is an inherent right to be able to feed your family. Right now's the time you're going to have to make a choice. There's no more sitting on the fence. There's no more, we need support, and the people who are supporting you, you're following illegal orders to arrest the same people who are supporting you, while allowing criminals to run free, to burn, to pillage, to destroy, to burn down buildings, to kill people, the whole nine. The just following orders thing didn't work with Nuremberg, and it sure isn't going to work here. I would hate to see you end up in like an ice cream sandwich and y'all in the middle. Because right now you have support from people who are pro-Constitution. Right now you have support from people who are pro-unalienable rights as long as you follow your oath. Your oath is to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of your state. Oh, and the laws of your state. It is not to protect a governor's edict that is not law. Executive order is not law. It is not to protect a mayor or a governor or city council's opinions. It is not your job to keep me healthy. That is my job. It is your job to protect my unalienable rights and the unalienable rights of everybody else. Right now you still have support, but if you continue to push the I'm going to stand down excuse because I was told to do so, so you're saying you don't have enough independent thought and y'all don't have enough cojones to stand up and actually protect people and their rights when people are destroying and committing crimes. But yet, you will go after and arrest individuals for not wearing a mask or for opening their small business, which is an inherent right. And you want constitutionalists and people to back you and to believe that you should be funded. You are violating your oath. If you have not read the Constitution of your state or the Constitution of the United States of America, you need to do so. You need to realize what your oath means, and you need to take it seriously. And you need to have the cojones to stand up. If a mayor tells you to stand down while people are destroying other people's property, then you don't deserve that badge if you stand down. If you follow unconstitutional, unethical rules by a governor who is not a doctor, no nothing, he has no constitutional authority to tell me what I can and cannot wear, nor do you. Nor does a judge, and nor does anybody at these health departments who are using fictitious numbers, and it's been proven. Have you read any of the scientific studies that prove masks that don't stop you from contracting a virus? Probably not, because you're pretty busy. The point is, with all the people that are calling for the defending of the police and the people who are backing you, you turn right around and you are targeting those same individuals who are backing you and who support you by arresting them for things that are not law. But you refuse to arrest individuals who break known law. There's no more sitting on the fence. Time is up. Either you stand to do what is right and for your oath, or you don't. And if you don't, and you just are yes men and women, and you follow these unconstitutional orders, you don't deserve the badge you have. You're not supposed to be a blind puppet When you took your oath, it was an individual thing. Do you realize conspiracy against rights and deprivation of rights under color of law, you can be held accountable criminally? Criminally. You can get up to 25 years or even the death penalty for violating unalienable rights under color of law. Look it up. 18 U.S. Code 242 and 18 U.S. Code 241 is conspiracy against rights. You're going to have to make a decision, because the only way this tyranny is going to stop, and we might get back to some sort of semblance, is refuse to obey unlawful orders. And when you defend those unalienable rights of the people, when you defend your oath, then the states and the cities and the towns and our union would very quickly be fixed. Nuremberg trials. How many officers in those Nuremberg trials swore up and down, I was only following orders? You know what? It wasn't an excuse. They got found guilty and they were hung. There is no excuse for you following an edict. Governors do not make law. They're supposed to enforce law. Healthcare professionals do not make law. They're supposed to just take care of your health. But these governors and these mayors and these city councils are going, and judges in courthouses, forcing unethical things upon the people because they think it's the right thing to do. Well, you know what? I think a lot of things. Doesn't mean everybody agrees with me. But the fact of the matter is, the time for sitting on the fence is over. I do not want to see you not have any support and you being stuck in the middle and everybody is against you. But I, like many other people, will not support protecting you from being defunded when you're targeting churches and people with masks and small businesses for simply not going along with a tyrannical rule. But you refuse to go after the criminals. It is time for you to make up your mind. It is time for you to stand on your oath. And when you stand on your oath, let me tell you, you will have so many individuals that back you. Right now, you still have a lot of individuals that back you. I will always back a constitutional officer, but I will not back a tyrant. And that's my thought for today. I hope that you really think about what I've said. Because if you're not going to protect our property, and you're going to allow them to attack people, and you're going to allow businesses to be burned, and you're going to allow things to be stolen, but yet in turn you're going to turn around and target the individuals who are doing nothing wrong and are hurting nobody by opening their businesses, or by not wearing a mask, or by not agreeing with the governor, then what are we paying you for anyway? There's no need. We'll just do it the old way, the constitutional way, and all the good people take care of their own safety. I have the hope that you will really think about this. I have hope that you will do a refresher on the Constitution. And remember, you never took an oath to defend and protect your governor. You didn't take an oath to defend and protect city council, mayors, and governors' edicts. You did take an oath to defend and support the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And there's a lot of domestic enemies right now. You're feeling the heat on it. They're coming after you. And there's a lot of people that are trying to support you. It's pretty hard to support those that are going after individuals for not wearing a mask. For God's sakes, they're letting murderers, rapists, and thieves out onto the streets under the false pretense of the COVID-19, but they're arresting and putting in jail people who's not wearing a mask. How much sense does that make? Wake up, America. Let's make it from a thin blue line to a really thick blue line where you have the backing of the Second Amendment supporters. And for the most part, you do. But that's right now. If you keep enforcing unconstitutional edicts, if you keep enforcing rules and not the law, and you refuse to follow your oath, I have the fear that you will be alone, and your families will be alone. And there's no need for that. You follow your oath, and you've got about 300 million people that have your back. And that's my thought for today. So if you would, please follow me on Parler. You can find me on parler.com, Parler.com. And I am at Live with Lori, LiveWithlorri. And we'll see you on the flip side. As always, watch your backs, check your facts. Semper Fidelis, and have a wonderful night.